Tom versus Jon. Is this one done? Oh my goodness. So, I haven't witnessed anything that has fallen off like this. I've been at this for, I think, 8 years. But I believe I was the first fighter. I'm excluding Joe. Joe goes into a different category, Rogan. I believe I was the first fighter to come out with a YouTube page. So, it was 8 years ago. Been at this a long time. I could be off, though. I could be at it 9 or 10 years. 8 sounds right. A lot of experiences. I have not personally had anything fall off the cliff like Aspinall and Jones. And I've attacked this thing from every possible way you can do it. I've told you the story. I've told you the gossip. I've shared with you behind the scenes that hasn't been, I've been the one to bring it to you, which generally, like in this space of getting clicks for views, is kind of the deli creme. If you could have inside information, well, I've done it all. I've done it all. And it used to be a good hit when I could get Jon Jones and Aspinall, and I could put them together, and I could get a little he said type thing. I don't know. I could only guess. I don't know why this has stopped being a topic. My guess, my hypothesis, because I can do a piece on Jon Jones, do all right. I can do an Aspinall piece, I can do all right. I bring these guys together. My guess is that somewhere your spidey senses as a community went off and it told you you're not going to get the fight. Somewhere along the way, something happened that made you feel it's too good to be true, or you took Jones as too literal with some of the crazy demands that he was making, and somewhere you just thought, I'm not going to get the fight, so I'm not going to care. That's what it felt like from my perspective. And there's been so many great things that have gone on. I mean, Tom Aspinall and his rubber ducky, not for nothing, but was awesome. Jon Jones coming out and claiming he needed 6 months to prepare. Now, this is after he claimed that you got to back up a Brinks truck. We got through the Brinks truck. That's behind us. We now have a new demand, which is I must have 6 months. Oh, and by the way, and this was the best part of Jon's demand, the clock for the 6 months does not start until the contract is signed. Like, don't think you can call me and text me or my management team or anybody else in my inner circle. That doesn't count. Right? So, don't even think you can count if you sent me the contract to sign. If I don't go in the office and I don't sign it, those 180 plus days do not start. Like, that was a fascinating troll. That was as good as the rubber ducky in terms of just a troll. Like, you've actually missed some really good things by ignoring the story. But it's not as though there isn't enough dirt on enough people's hands for killing the story. To keep an interim title around Tom Aspinall is impossible. It is not possible to have an interim champion in the presence of a disputed champion. It's not possible. You cannot refer to Jon Jones as an undisputed champion, which is what he is. You cannot, per the rules of words, you may not refer to Jon as an undisputed champion in the presence of an interim champion. It is not possible. But I'm sharing this with you because in the world of this fight being silly or seeing something like maybe you can't pull off, maybe I'm being nice when I use the expression too good to be true, but it still comes to the same situation, which is you, the audience, in my opinion, based on the data that I've personally seen, you don't believe this fight's going to happen. And if I can succeed at one thing today, I would like to correct that. You're wrong. This fight is going to happen. In fact, this fight is going to happen next. You will not see Jon Jones fight and it not be Tom Aspinall. I can give you that as an assurance. I can't do it the other way. I cannot tell you that there's no scenario where Tom Aspinall fights and it would be against anyone but Jon Jones. I can't do that. I'm very close, but I'm not completely there. It is an absolutely perfect statement the other way. You will not see Jon Jones fight if he's not fighting Tom Aspinall. And I can go further. You will see Jon Jones fight. I can go further. You will see Jon Jones fight Tom Aspinall. All the reports that you've heard that Jon is holding this fight up, they're not true. Jon has gone to the media and he's had his fun. That's not the test. The litmus test is when that phone rings and it's Dana White or his office. What is said in that moment? That's the only way you go into the category of delaying and or ducking. That did not happen. That is a false report. So I want to bring all of this to you because Tom Aspinall does know what's going on. He's said as much. He said, but he's kind of been sworn to secrecy. But he at least wants people to, and I really understood Tom's point here. Tom is feeling that he has a lot of support. The sad part is Tom has no support. But he doesn't know that. He's young, he's new, social media is real to him. The whole world was just behind him. Just let him have his fun. Let him be naive. So he wanted this group to understand. See, that's good marketing. That's good right there. You have to wonder, did I do that on purpose? Because now you're all thinking about the book. What a genius I am. Now, here's the thing. Tom Aspinall thinks that he has this group that's why and they want the same thing. And he wants them to know. Be at peace, rest, go about your day. I got this. I can't share it with you yet, but I do have it. I'm sworn to secrecy a little bit. Now, it's the little bit part that I like. Like, for example, was he sworn to secrecy, but you can tell your dad? Are you sworn to secrecy, but you can tell 3 people, and you get to choose those 3 people as long as they're in your inner circle? Because it's a little bit. He's only a little bit sworn to secrecy. Is it sworn to secrecy? You can tell everyone that you can actually tell as long as you do not post it on the internet. I mean, what is a little bit? What is a little bit? But Tom felt compelled to let you know that he does, in fact, know. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So now we just have to guess and speculate where might that be. And a big one and a big opportunity is International Fight Weekend. But if Tom and Jon is done and they were not scheduled for International Fight Weekend, even in the wake of Dricus du Plessis being hurt and being in the wake of, hey, we need a main event and we need it to be meaningful, they will not change. Whatever the plan was for Jones and Aspinall will not be affected by anything else. There's a chance that plan all along was International Fight Weekend. There's a chance. I believe they're going to fight in November. I think they're fighting in New York. But I don't know. Tom kinda, basically, sorta, has to keep it a secret. And whatever the exceptions to the secrecy rule were, I can't be offended, but I must admit, he did not tell me.